What's going on, family? We back again. Welcome to another episode of Melinated Righteousness. You know what I'm saying? Where we know that doing what is right is right. You know what I'm saying? And we're not talking about some try long soul, I'm going to do what's right this time and things of that nature. No, we believe that a consistency of doing right leads to righteousness. You know what I'm saying? Alright. Hope everyone is doing well. If you can, just go ahead and hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. You know what I'm saying? Maybe you can, also leave some comments at the end of the video. Maybe I can address some topics that you may want to have covered or discussed on my next show. So anyway, with that being said, I wanted to talk about the wave of these candidates who decide to run for president. I just wanted to talk about the wave of that's going on. So now everyone has made it publicly known that they want to run for office. So now they are on their way in identifying things that they would say that they would try to fix, or what would need to be done, what they would do better, and things of that nature. If you haven't seen it yet, you will see it shortly, because that's how every candidate builds their base. You know what I'm saying? It's like okay, well, we got to explain, you know what I'm saying, what needs to be done in certain situations. You know what I'm saying? And that goes anywhere from, you know what I'm saying, building a wall, if you would, or funding, you know what I'm saying, funds for the military, all the way to Medicare, if you would. I'm just kind of throwing something out there because they're going to have to cover these things sooner or later. So, yeah. So with that being said, those were probably some of the, some of the things that they would cover later on. But right now, you know what I'm saying, me as a African American descendant of slaves, a foundational black American, you know what I'm saying, I want to focus on the things that's going to build up and help my community. You know what I'm saying? I just think that when when your ancestors have built this country, you know what I'm saying, forcefully, you know what I'm saying, and have been mistreated, you know what I'm saying, after serving in the United States military, and you know what I'm saying, after all these things, you know what I'm saying, being pushed aside, and even until nowadays, where you know what I'm saying, you can, you know what I'm saying, if someone feels like you're doing something wrong just for walking into a restaurant, then they're gonna just call the police. You know what I'm saying? I feel like that's like some 1930s. We should be past that kind of stuff. But nevertheless, this is still going on in this country. So I'm not going to go and apply for a job where, you know what I'm saying, where the person at the cash register called the police on me. So this is, you know, kind of like what I wanted to talk about, you know, about not being, you know, overlooked, being sucked in to any types of gentrification, you know what I'm saying, whereas in, you know, some people can be treated with, you know what I'm saying, with decency and respect, while others, you know what I'm saying, are treated as if they're not full citizens, you know what I'm saying, of this country. You know what I'm saying? If you were born in the United States and raised, you know, in the United States, then that qualifies you as a citizen, you know what I'm saying? And so that's what I want to focus on, you know, as a African American. So yeah, that's why we, you know, want to make sure that we are, you know what I'm saying, sticking by candidates who have our interests in mind, you know what I'm saying. Yes, a lot of things going on, you know, in the country, you know what I'm saying. We have you know, immigration is like one of the main topics, you know what I'm saying. And the reason why I think that this is a such a touchy subject is because some people say that you want to talk about immigration so that everyone could be treated equally, when everyone is not being treated equally, you know what I'm saying. I think this is a way that some people are just using this, you know what I'm saying, and using, you know what I'm saying, the votes that they would get from, you know, from certain parties to stay in power. You know, they really don't have any of your interests in mind. They just want to they just want their rights to earn a salary. So that's why, you know what I'm saying, we have to make sure that our interests are at the front and foremost of what these politicians are saying that they stand for and what they believe in. You know what I'm saying? So no, we don't want to be, we're not going to be intimidated by, you know, the media and their coverage of certain things because they are biased their own self. You know what I'm saying? You know, when you look at certain shows or whatever, you know what I'm saying, they just stay, you know what I'm saying, they're never, they either staying with the Republican Party, sometimes they're only staying with Democrats or what they're saying, and they're not, you know, not covering any middle ground, or sometimes they're just, you know, have their own what I want to say, their own party that they're sticking to, you know. And so we have to remember that when we're voting, you know what I'm saying, because, you know, sometimes these things get slid, you know what I'm saying, under other bills, you know what I'm saying, and they say well, if you vote, you know what I'm saying, for let's say prison reform, you know what I'm saying, or if you want to do that, then you have to raise the salaries of, you know, the police or something like that. Just something generic like that. They usually try to come in with something like that. You never know what they are doing, you know what I'm saying, until these bills are written. You know, you may think that well, that's good, you know, prison reform, you know what I'm saying? They may have written something to say, well, we're going to give the prisoners one more penny, you know, added to their salary at the end of every month. Or we're fighting to give them 5 more minutes of recreation time. You know what I'm saying? So we want to see something that's going to actually make a difference, not something so minute that, you know what I'm saying, that it's not even going to be a real effect on what's going on. You know, so we don't want to, you know what I'm saying, jump on anybody's bandwagon, you know what I'm saying, that's saying, hey, I'm down with this and I'm down with that, and they don't have the data, they don't have, you know what I'm saying, any statistics or nothing. They're just saying something off the top of their head, you know what I'm saying. So definitely, you know what I'm saying, you want to, you know, support those that support you, you know what I'm saying. Even if you're not able to go and be in the front, you know what I'm saying. If maybe you've gotten a little older now, you know what I'm saying, but you can still, you know, impart that wisdom, you know what I'm saying, into your kids and grandkids, and let them know where you're coming from. You know, you could be like, well, this is the same stuff that was going on when I was in school. You know, nothing's really changed. I mean, we couldn't walk home from school, but now, you know what I'm saying, sometimes, but now you got the cops in schools harassing kids and stuff. So just things like that, you know. Yeah, definitely, we wanna stay on task, you know. And again, you know what I'm saying, don't be afraid of if the media's, you know what I'm saying, seems like they're leaning a certain way, you know what I'm saying, because, you know, sometimes they want to like try to use us as the talking point, but in actuality, you know what I'm saying, they're just they have a covert, you know, mission that they're still yet trying to accomplish, you know. So that's pretty much you know, what I want to talk about, you know, on for the election, the candidates and the elections, you know what I'm saying. That's you know, coming up. You know, it's just like so much that's going on within the community, you know. You know, you got, you know, it's just toxic people out there that you know, you have to be aware of, you know what I'm saying. Sometimes you might not see their schemes right away, you know what I'm saying, but overall, you know, it's like real slanderous, and it's real like slanderous what they're doing, you know, and so yeah, we have to be on top of our game. We have to be serious, you know what I'm saying, and even financially support those that have your interests in mind. Alright then, well, that's going to do it for this episode of Melinated Righteousness. Y'all take care, and I'll see you next time. Peace.